This is the Buckmasters 3-9 power by 40mm rifle scope. Not only is it one of Sig Sauer's most affordable rifle scopes, it is the only rifle scope I know that has Spider-Man 2099's mask on it. Potential Marvel Comics trademark issues notwithstanding, we're going to take a look at it on this episode of Moondog Industries. Alright, this is the Sig Sauer Buckmaster 3-9 by 40mm rifle scope. And we have our scope, of course, and in this bag we've got an Allen wrench, a cleaning cloth, and a sticker, a decal for Sig Sauer, and a instruction manual in English. Let's look inside. Alright, so nicely constructed. Got a matte black finish on it with a Sig Sauer logo. We have capped turrets, and we have an integrated throw lever, and we have nice plastic lens caps with a Sig Sauer logo. So they definitely didn't get generic caps. So let's just take a look at these turrets here. So it looks like that Allen wrench unlocks these turrets so you can pop them off and re-zero. And let's just listen. Oh, nicely loud turrets and pretty tactile. I mean, these are small hunting turret style, so they're low profile to give you the least amount of blockage as you're scanning and looking over and around the scope. So these aren't meant to be manipulated for ELR or other competition shooting. Well, obviously they're capped so that they keep the weather out and also inadvertent bumping as you're stalking or just moving around to your hunting sites. But both the elevation and the windage here, nicely tactile and pretty loud. Nice firm clicks there. A little bit of slop, as you can see that. There's a little bit of slop there. See, also the case in the elevation there. So, and that's not unusual for a budget scope, and this being a sub $100 scope, not that surprising really. Let's take a look at this magnification ring, and it turns very smoothly. Just with the right amount of resistance, no gradiness at all. It is butter smooth, surprisingly smooth here. And you can take off the throw lever, as I mentioned earlier, if you don't like them, because they can catch on things, but you still have a nice little fin or nub there to make turning easier. So whether or not you like the throw lever, you can just take it off. And let's take a look at that rear eyepiece there. Nice big eyepiece, and the fast focus, the reticle focus turns smoothly. Oh, a little bit of rubbing there, but then again, it could just be, this is brand new, absolutely brand new, and just the stiffness of the grease or lubrication in there could be playing a factor. Let me just try that again. And yeah, pretty smooth, pretty nice. Let's take it outside, look at it long range, and also take it out to the gun range and test it out. Okay, we're looking at the peak of Mount Davidson, approximately 1,300 yards away at the scope's lowest power setting of 3 power. And we always look at scopes at its lowest power setting because we can get our best sense of color, contrast, clarity, etc. You can see here, you can see just a hair of the blue sky coming off the top left of the screen there, and you can see the color shift between the white clouds in that sky versus the white in the clouds in the scope. And we do notice a slightly brown tint to the overall image, which is pretty common with a lot of scopes. Alright, let's bring it up to its highest magnification, and of course as we magnify the image, we are actually just magnifying any faults in the glass. We aren't losing any of the eye relief, and the image stays in focus. So that's a good indication of the quality of the optics as well as the kind of eye box you can expect. Now, in terms of the image quality, we've lost some of the color saturation and contrast, which is typical when you go up to higher magnifications. Now, in terms of making out fine details, just to the left of the center reticle, where the reticle thickens up in the duplex there, that is a 5-foot tall trail marker sign. So that gives you a good indication of what a man-sized steel target would look like at this distance. Okay, so let's take it out to the range and see how it performs there. Okay, I've put up our reference targets and we're going to set up at 100 yards. And while we're walking back, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps because it tells the AI that this is good content. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's absolutely free and it helps you because it tells the AI that this is the kind of content you like watching and it'll suggest more videos like this instead of, say, cat videos. Unless that's your thing, no judgments. And if you like to watch things other than guns and ammo, well, I got you covered there too. Check out my other channel, Moondog R&D, a channel focused on gadget reviews, photo and video gear, geeky stuff. If you don't see a link now, you'll find one at the end of the episode. All right, we've got our target set up at 100 yards, and we've got our Buckmasters, Sig Sauer Buckmasters set its lowest power setting, and as we're going to bring it up to its maximum power setting of 9. Okay, so let's take a look at our range of adjustments here. We're going to go with our elevation here. And that is our max. Let's go to our lowest elevation. There we go, there's our range of adjustments. Vertically. Let's just bring this back to 0. And let's take a look at our windage. Getting tight, and that is the max on our windage to the right. Make 0, and then let's see how far we can get to our left. And that is the max on the left as far as windage. Just bring this back to our 0 point. Just note that actually this is the zeros on the turret, so it did a pretty good job of returning to 0 there. So let's do our box test, and this might be a little redundant now that we've got it back to exact 0, but let's do a full rotation on our elevation. Then a full rotation on our windage, and then return back on our elevation, and then returning back on our windage, and we are back. So it passed the box test there, and let's just do our nipple twister test. Now this is where I just twist the hell out of these turrets, and this was coined by my buddy Cyclops Joe, otherwise known as the turret abuse test. So all goes well, everything should return back to 0 here, so let's just bring our elevation to 0, and then all right, we're back. So yeah, it passed the nipple twister test. All right, this is a good opportunity at this point to look at our reference targets at the bottom there, and I'm just going to zoom in digitally here. Let's just bring that up to 1.5. Okay, I've taken a digital still image here so we aren't distracted by heat shimmer. But let's first take a look at that reference target on the bottom left there. I can make out the 22 bullet holes on the reactive sticker target in the center. Of course, that's not surprising. But I cannot make out any of the other bullet holes on paper. I know there's 2 of them below the sticker target, but it's not very definitive through this scope. Now, let's take a look at our U.S. Air Force's optical resolution chart to the right of that. And I can resolve both horizontal and vertical lines down to element 5 in group -2. Or if you have really good eyes, you could probably make out element 6 below that. What is remarkable is that I'm not seeing any chromatic aberration really anywhere in the image, even at maximum magnification, and that the image is pretty sharp on the outer edges. So that just says that SIG has some pretty good glass in their scopes. Sig Sauer has an historic reputation for making high-quality firearms, and considering they're a Swiss company, that's not that surprising. What is surprising is that recently they've earned a reputation for making high-quality firearms accessories and optics for a reasonable price. And with a street price of about $100 or less, the Buckmasters is a good example. But tell me what you think. Leave me a comment. If you're interested in picking up the scope yourself, I've included product links in my written review at moondogindustries.com, so check that out. And if you enjoyed watching this video and got something out of it, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks again for watching. Moondog, out. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please share it on forums, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, MeWe, whatever social media you're on. And if you want to see all of my videos, check out moondogindustries.com.